What is going on, everybody? Welcome over here to the channel. Today we kick it off with episode 3 of Fields to Fortune series. So, what I want to do today, we are still in September, and the reason I'm still in September is because I want to I'm gonna cut it and make the clip short, but what I want to do is have it to where you guys can see when we go into the next day cycle to see how much we made over the course of a month from fast forwarding to the next month. It's kind of my idea anyway. So let me go ahead and hit the trigger, and I will see you in October. And boom. So we went from $5,000 up to 100. Oh, it's still climbing up to $108,000 as of now. That is insane. Let's go. I actually went to fast forward the month as soon as I started the game to just go ahead and start recording. But I seen that number and I immediately was like, no, 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 we can't do that. So I just backed out and decided to do it that way. I figured it was the better route to go, so that way you could actually see what we've earned over the course of a month. But we're up to 112,000, and we are in October. So let me come out here, and first thing I want to do is check on contracts. Actually, let's go over here and see if this will work for us today. I don't think it's going to stay running. It is not. Let me get this done. Well, that took some time. But we do have almost 39,000 liters of lime and additional 4,300 liters of stone. Not bad. We will take that free lime. So let's go ahead and check these contracts out. And my idea today is I think I'm going to try to be clever. I'm going to lease a pretty expensive combine, and then I'm going to knock out all the contracts that we possibly can with said combine. But let me go ahead and just kind of take a look here. Soybeans. Corn. Right? Nope, more soybeans. Okay, so a majority of these are soybeans. Actually, we got a liming contract too we could take care of. But what I'm thinking is we have our lizard trailer. I, I don't know what I want to refer to it as because it's got the increased capacity to it. And I think this tractor will pull it, especially with like a full load of soybeans or something in it. And then kind of my other thought here, let us go to combines. And what I'm thinking of doing is leasing the Colossus harvester. How much would it be to lease it? 15,000. So we can use this on top of the... I'm not going to use the like increased width header. I'll use, the biggest one I can actually lease. But we can go ahead and knock out a ton of these contracts by doing it this way. At least that's kind of my hope here. So let's accept those are kind of on opposite sides of the map. I think 19, yep. So we could take this one, and then we will take this one. And then do we have another one that's... Oh, that's weird. I've never seen it to where it's got two separate fields that it wants you to go take care of. That's kind of new. This is two separate fields as well. However, they are kind of located right next to each other and next to our other ones. So let's accept that one for now. And then Let's go ahead and lease out our combine that we're going to use today. I think it's that one. Yep. And we're just going to do a crazy capacity amount. Engine, I'm not too worried about it. We'll do the 43 just so we can get to the field quicker. Everything else is good. We will do the long pipe. Nope, I don't want to finance it. I want to lease it. $16,000. Okay, not bad. And then what is going to be for the grain header? Where? There we go. We'll go with this one. Transport wheels, just so it's easier to get to the field. There we go. Lease. So we're looking at about $19,000 to lease the equipment. Not too bad, but we should be able to earn that back in no time. So let me get all this equipment over to the field, and I will meet you over there. And this should be field 1 number done. Let's see what kind of bonus we get off the selling of this. Hopefully it's a decent amount. Well, I guess we won't see our bonus until the end because it already turned in some canola for the next contract. So that's okay. So let's collect that one. Contract number 2. Collect. Let us knock this third one out. So we should be able to see our bonuses from all 3 fields on this sell-off. So let us take a look and see what we got. Plus we still have the other contract that we have to turn in. I'm hoping this pays pretty good. Additional 11,000 off that. That's not bad. And let us go ahead and turn in this contract. Another 21,000. So that puts us up to 145,000 so far. So let us hop back into the contracts. And I'm going to be grinding out a bunch of these. I'd like to find all the ones that are kind of close to where we are currently at. Just so I'm not having to travel all over the place. But it kind of looks like none of the other fields over by me are ready. So I think we'll take it over here to field 15. 20's right there. We can knock that one out. Same with this one. Is that soybeans? Yes, it is. That's corn. Corn. I think we'll take these 3. Accept contract. That one. And this one. Alright, let's go knock those 3 out. What I think I may do for those, just so it's not a bunch of back and forthing, is I'm going to try to harvest all 3 fields and then just collect all the soybeans at once and try to drive over here at once. I'm going to try. Hopefully it works out, but if it doesn't, then I might have just wasted a little time. But we're going to give it a go. So I will see you pretty much as soon as all 3 of these contracts are up. Alright, cross our fingers that this works out how I'm hoping it'll work out. But we finished all 3 of those fields, and we have the soybeans from all 3 of those fields in this trailer. So let's hope that it doesn't take everything out right away. I'm kind of crossing my fingers that it stops it. Oh, that worked out perfect. It just completed them all and then gave us our bonus at the end, which was about 8 grand. Heck yeah, we'll take that. Complete this, and that. And that leaves us with 186,000. Now I was kind of going over the contracts that we have left for harvesting, and I tried to do some refreshing to try to get other soybean ones to pop up. I mean, there's a couple, but nothing like right next to each other. So okay, those are both right next to each other. So we could potentially take both of those and rent a corn header, but I don't know if it's going to be worth it in the long run. Field 48. Let's check that out really fast. Okay, so it would be those 2, and we could technically get to it from where we are at, and then we could just drive down the road and knock out field 48. Or let's take one more look here. There's a fertilizing contract for the glitched field. So I don't think I'm going to take that. We could, in theory, I could come knock this out really quick. You know what? I think we'll return the harvester, and then I will go ahead and take this liming contract, because we should have enough free lime to knock that out. And it's saying about 9,000 liters. Hopefully we have that. Let me go ahead and get everything back to the farm, and we will check that out. Okay, so we definitely have enough lime for this. So let me go ahead and fill up this trailer some, and we're going to go ahead and accept that contract. We'll put in, we'll call that good. 10,000 liters, should be able to knock this out no problem. Accept contract. Boom. Alright, let's head over onto the field and knock this liming contract out really quick. So we'll just knock this field out. And, okay, it is completing. After that one contract that completely glitched out on me, it's got me paranoid that the rest are going to end up glitching out on me. But thankfully, this looks like it is working perfectly. Now, I'm kind of hoping once we complete this contract that we do get some other liming contracts, because we're able to produce it and it doesn't cost us a dime. We have the equipment, so that's just more money made and just gets us closer to our goal in the end. Now, I was looking up some productions on what kind of a plan of attack I'm going to go at this at. But if we can get some more ground, and I'm kind of debating on whether or not we should purchase some more land right away. But if we can get some more ground, I think I'm going to put up a couple coffee bean productions. Now, the initial cost, I think we're a bit shy of being able to hit. However, I think if we wait until after the winter, we should be golden. So that was contract complete while I was talking, and I wasn't paying attention at all, once again. So collect that. Boom. And puts us up to 195,000. Let's go ahead and hop back in the contracts. Maybe do a refresher. Okay, there we go. We got a little bit to pop up, but did we get any liming contracts? More harvesting. Nope. There we go. We got another liming contract right there. Saying 25,000 liters. We may be okay. You know what? Let's go ahead and accept that contract. And it's kind of on the way home. We almost have enough. Like, we are so close. And I wonder if I can just drive through here to get to this field. I think it's right up here. I could be mistaken. I'm just gonna take a shortcut through the farmer's fields. My bad. We don't have crop destruction on. We're good. Field 28. So it looks like it is this backfield right in front of us. Yes, it is. Alright, let's try to get the best start here. And it is on corn, so it's going to be kind of difficult to see what we've done. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on. I have no data for the fields. Okay. And is it not going to let me? Huh? This, I don't know what it is. That field right there has been glitchy to us, and now this one? What is the deal here? Field 28. That's the one you want. Let me try to drive out and drive in. Try to test all theories. It looks like it's already got lime on it. If we look down at this camera angle, you can kind of see the white there. Well, so much for that contract. It's because I went to the wrong field, you goober. I'll see you over at the other field. Okay, now that we made it over here to the right field, we can actually do this. So, let's get to work. I went ahead and put steering assist lines on I'm not gonna actually follow them direct directly, um, but I'm just kind of using it as a guide to see how much we have got done, or not how much we've gotten done, but just so we can follow this and have the right spread with the lime. There we go. Yeah, English is tough sometimes, let me tell you. But we do not have the map going in the bottom left-hand corner, so it's not showing what we've actually completed. So that's a little unfortunate. However, the percentage is going up, so it does look like we are completing this contract as we go. So that's good. This map is pretty cool, though. I like how they have a big old buck just standing right here in the corner of the field. I wish it would actually like move around on this map. That would be neat. I know there's a mod out that you can actually see other wild animals running around. But I was checking it out, and you got to put it in another folder when you get it. And I don't know. I'm not that smart to figure that out. Otherwise, I would have put that on. Because you can see like wolves and I think elk maybe, and some boar, all kinds of cool animals start running around your map. Maybe if somebody that's a little smarter than me has that map and you know where to put it, comment down below. I'd love to know. That'd be awful helpful. Maybe I could turn that on and we could actually see other animals running around here. And it looks like I'm going to have to buy some lime, unfortunately. I'll spread out the rest of this, what we have, but it's not going to be enough. I mean, we're close. 85%? Yeah, I didn't think so. Let me just buy... Let's see. I mean, it's going to take away from our total. It's not really a big deal. Okay, we get 2,000 liters. We'll buy 2 of these. That should, in theory, give me enough lime. At least I'm hoping so. So let's fill this thing up and see where that gets us. I'm starting to think I should have maybe followed the GPS lines and we wouldn't have wasted so much product. But who knows? I mean, it does such a wide spread that it covers a ton of this field at once. And then it overlaps it, so you're just burning it up. I wish precision farming would apply here. Yeah, nope, that was not enough. Let us try that again. You know what? It's not gonna hurt to have that. We'll use the lime anyway. Hopefully that gets us there now. Alright, let's try this again. Let's see if this is enough. It should be. Yeah, 99, contract complete. Okay, cool. So let's turn this one in. And that leaves us with 218,000 now. Well, do I check to see if there's another contract on the way home that we can hit? Let's do it. Refresh. It does take a minute to refresh, though. I don't understand why you gotta, like, spam click it to get any to reset, but... Okay, there is another one. That's completely on the opposite side of the map where I'm at now. Scratch that. Can we get another one? No. Alright, fine. Can we get over there quickly? Yes, we can. Alright, I'll meet you over there. Alright, I'm crossing my fingers here that we have enough lime to cover this whole field. We were probably going to have to buy some more because what the recommended amount and where we were sitting was pretty close. If I could get my spread a little farther over and we're covering more ground, that might help us out here. Yeah, I got a feeling I'm going to have to at least buy 2 pallets. Yeah, let's pick up 2 pallets here really fast. Have them delivered right to the field. And that's only $900 out of our, what, I think the contract's $7,000. So it doesn't really hurt the pocketbook that much. It would have just been nice to be able to knock it out with what they recommended. Alright, let's go down this strip. Maybe it'll complete it. If not, we'll have to come back up and around, which is no big deal. But maybe they'll cut us a break here. Not quite, but we're close. Hit this corner up and that should be contract complete. There we go. Yeah, we needed both of those pallets. We couldn't have did it without it. But let's go ahead, turn this in. Yeah, pretty much made $7,000 off that. And that puts us up to $250,000. That was not bad at all, especially since we leased out the harvester. We're able to knock out a good chunk of contracts with that. And we started with $112,000 at the beginning of the episode. So well over 100 grand. Doubled our money. We will take that, especially for the first year. Now, we're going to head back to the farm, and I think we're going to do a little bit of building. I'm going to add a couple things and go from there. So we made it back over here to the farm, and I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt right now. I should have taken a look at these fields before we started and before we leased that harvester, because I could have bought these and we were going to lease the equipment out anyway, but then I could have harvested them and actually made some money off of them, and we would have had the land. Now, I was planning on purchasing some, but now that I kind of missed that opportunity, I think we'll wait until the beginning of the year to go ahead and make another land purchase. But what I will do is we're going to add a few things onto our property. Now, they're pretty much just going to be a way to generate more income. And that way come, March? March. We will be able to make another land purchase and actually be able to farm that land. So, if I can remember where these are. Okay. So, we're definitely going to get one of these, and this should just generate some more income for us. We'll kind of just tuck it in here, hide it. It's not like we're using the space. There we go. So that'll be a nice little increase to our pay. And then let's take a look here. I think we will pick up a couple more windmills just so, again, our main goal is to just try to grind this to $1 billion as quick as possible. Now, I'm not going to completely spam the area, but I want to be able to produce enough income so that way come March we'll be able to advance to our next thing. Let's take a look. I think that'll do it for... We could put one of these in. It's not a bad idea. But where's the question? I could tuck it in back here. Tuck it in by the trees. And I didn't mean to click. So So I may have to delete this. Let me take a look. You know, that actually doesn't go in the road like I thought it was going to go. So I'm going to count that as a win, and we're just going to keep that there. Now let us hop back into the construction menu. We've got $135,000 left over. I should just go ahead and buy the baler I want, because we're going to end up waiting till next year as it is. Plus, we're going to mow this. It's not the worst decisions, I don't think. Let me go ahead and set it up so we have delivery here. Okay, nothing in the used market. Let's go to balers. Plus, we'll be able to sell our old one. But really, though, now it's got me thinking of how much grass cutting am I going to do? It's not going to be as much as I think it will be. I'm having second thoughts here. Let me do some thinking, and I'll get back to you. Okay, I think I've decided what I'm going to do here. We're going to do a little bit of construction. I'm going to raise the land just kind of over here. It's going to get rid of our grass, but I'm okay with that. It's kind of come out. I'm just trying to square it off so that way it kind of looks good here. I think that'll do it. Okay, good. It didn't get rid of my bales. I'm happy about that. And let us kind of smooth the edges out. Make it an easy transition. Cool. And then I think I'm going to pick up a couple more greenhouses, so that way they can be producing over the winter. Yep, those are the ones we want. Try to raise the camera and make this a little easier for placement. 1, 2. We will go ahead and put windmills in between them. Just trying to keep everything, what's the word I'm looking for here? Kind of the same looking. Put one there, and we'll put one there. And then I think I'm going to pick some more bees up as well. We'll go ahead and, since we're kind of already filling up this area, might as well just keep that theme. Just put a bunch of bees back here. And let's run this way. And this will be a nice increase to our income monthly. Now, do I keep putting more in here, or maybe space it out, make it look a little nicer? You know what? I think we will do that. Just not this episode, because I'm already down to 26,000. Okay. So we're going to call that good as far as the additions. But with the extra greenhouses, the windmills, and the extra honey that we've got producing, I got a feeling come March of next year, we should be sitting very pretty. But I'm going to go ahead and fill these greenhouses up, get them rolling. And I think that's what we're going to call it on this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.